Robert Buck is an artist who lives in New York City and West Texas. His work addresses acts of violence, such as school shootings, on both the psychological and social political levels. In 2008, he changed his name from Beck to Buck, expressing a long-held interest in Lacanian philosophy. His work is in many institutions, such as the Whitney Museum and MoMA, New York. Columbine seemed to be the one that sort of set the standard. Sure. Aren't other school shootings like copycat shootings, basically, but maybe they happen for different reasons?
Yeah, it put this event on the scene, if you will, and became an outlet or a means by which a young person could express themselves. I would wager, maybe carefully, that it emerged at the same time that social media was getting a foothold.
What do you see as a connection with that?
Well, I was just on what you were saying about bullying and the way that, posts could be made or threats could be made. And this outlet for expression was also a medium through which expressions could be made. And so that bullying also may have occurred at that level as well.
More tools to bully, but were there more tools to kill?
I think this has less to do with the right to bear arms than the pursuit of happiness. That seems to me how we should be thinking about these events, that this is a particular way in which society or civilization enjoys, if you will. If we didn't enjoy in this manner, we would have stopped at Columbine.
Reminded of the Hunger Games again, of, the kids all trying to kill each other out in the woods, and that's like big entertainment for decadent city people. Is it become like a form of entertainment, the school shooting?
By enjoyment, I guess.
Ritual, even.
Yeah, I mean it in a kind of voluptuous, dark enjoyment, what the French would call jouissance. It's kind of a surplus in society that we all participate in, we're all complicit in, and it's very hard to stop. It's a kind of drive of civilization. At my age, I can't put myself in the shoes of a young person, 19-year-old in Florida, who would carry out such an atrocity. So is this an issue of mental health? Is this an issue of gun control? Is this an issue of bullying? All these factors come together. Nor am I that generation that grew up having drills not for fire, but for a classmate who might shoot you.
And it's always boys, right?
Yes. For me, it's about making a name for oneself. That there is not the stabilizer of the name of the father that we all of my generation in the 20th century had as a limit.
A society that held you in a certain place,
Through prohibition.
Right.
And now everything's permitted. It's an era of permissiveness. It's an era of invasiveness. You can't escape pornography. You can't escape the news. So my approach to this is that beginning at the dawn of the 21st century, young men had no way of stabilizing themselves if there was not a stabilizing force in their life. So that's why, for instance, when I made the series of 13 Shooters, I didn't caption each boy with the name of their father, but with the name of the media source by which those images were being distributed. Because that was the name of how they put themselves or elevated themselves to this place in society.
Their authoritative association is the media that promotes them, not the family they came from.
Exactly.
With that name. Yeah.
Because the family is kaput. And because of science and technology, 3 people can make a baby now. So any idea of family that we had is no longer relevant.
What is it about this age? It's not just that we're in a confusing or anxiety-filled age of transition that is creating a rise of dictators or strong fathers, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For exactly these reasons.
Right.
Because that father stabilizing figure, which, be mindful, could come in the form of a mother speaking that discourse,
yes, right.
But it was there in society and civilization, is now gone. So I've always maintained it's not the absence of the father, if you will, we have to fear, it's those that cannot abide that absence. And that's what we're seeing. So we're also confronted to the idea that the future is feminine, not female, because female is the binary of male, which is on the same phallic side. Right? But right. Feminine is, you could be identified to feminine, I could be identified to feminine. It's on a spectrum. It's about identification. And you said it perfectly, like transition. And we are indeed in a transcultural world, which
right.
means it's a horizontal paradigm
right.
rather than a vertical one, if I can put it simply. And we hold it in our hand. So any pleasure, any fetish, any wish, just like that. Imagine. And I don't know what that's like if you're 19. The distance between what you desire and acting on it is very narrow now.
They're not looking at a future where they hope to get on at the car factory and stay there their whole career.
No.
They're looking at a million other unheard of possibilities in terms of not only, you know, where you work and what your career is, but also your gender, your identity, and
your sexuality. Yeah. So let me give you a recent example, not so recent now, but like Caitlyn Jenner. From Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner. That was her own invention, confronted to this world now of choices, not Bruce Jenner and the Olympics in the 1970s. But Bruce Jenner today, in the context of the Kardashians, I too would probably make the transition.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Keeping up with the Kardashians. So he invents this new identity because he can, and because for him or her, it's a way to handle this cascade of choices. Unprecedented in civilization.
In an age where everyone needs to be famous, not Warhol's 15 minutes of fame. Now there's a sense that no one lives anywhere. They move from one job to the next. Kind of nomadic technological society.
And that's why I changed my father's name by a single vowel, because I felt in 2007 that my work had always been about the father, but the status of the father had changed irrevocably around the turn of the last century. And so it felt like, how can I mark this? Do something that hadn't been done. We're now in the land of the mothers.
So let me ask you this. Can you imagine a scenario where there could be a very strong dictator type leader who would actually create some order in the world?
I don't.
You don't think that's
Nope, I don't. I think
corrective to this problem?
Nope, I don't think it would last. I think Trump, he's the father who produces this drive to keep going, Twitter on the toilet. It's unbelievable that a president, an authoritative figure, would act in this way. But we get the president we deserve at the time we deserve him.
Right.
And keep in mind, in the most poetic way, that Barack Obama would say, I lead from behind. So that was such a kind of understanding and a sensitivity to the time. But Trump, because of this idea of the fallen father and we need to prop him up again, is on the obverse giving us what we really want.
He's pretending to be the father that we lost, that we were regaining, but he's also perfectly exemplary of this sort of never stop anywhere, never shut up, never stop changing the subject kind of culture we're living in. Right?
Exactly. And who knows what is next in this year, 2018, we'll see.